Restoplus is a custom mobile app for restaurants and cafes that enables these small businesses to take orders online without having to pay large commissions to third-party food ordering services like Menulog and Uber Eats. It's been developed in Adelaide by Azil Mahan and Nish Soudry.
When my co-founder came to Australia first, he came in with a passion to start a business. We don't know what it is, but we wanted to do something. Because he's a tech genius. He started a number of businesses beforehand, and one of them I was also involved with it when I was here in Australia. And he came over, we talked about what we can do, and that's when we met some of our friends who are in the restaurant industry, and they were talking about the pain points about the Menulog, the commission. Uber Eats wasn't there back then. But then we sat and said, look, why don't we do like a side hustle as a small project, the Restoplus, to help these guys out. So I started going talking to people who I don't know, and some of them were, they're like, nah, just get out of my face type thing. But that's what happens when you're new and you've got nothing to show. But few people obviously trusted us, which was amazing. And so I think our very first client wasn't our friends, which we are very happy.
We've been using his product for probably the last 5 years, I'd say, or close to it. We use it to encourage our customers to order more and stay loyal to us. We offer them a small discount when they are loyal, and we also encourage people who use third-party apps like Uber or Menulog to come across and use the Restoplus platform. It's better, it's quicker, and we benefit a lot from it.
With consumers preferring to order meals online, restaurants and cafes have to follow suit or lose business. Without investing $30,000 or $40,000 in developing their own ordering software, most operators turn to third-party food delivery apps, which charge commissions per sale ranging from 15% to 40%. In a business sector that already runs on low margins, this means many owners go home each week earning less money than their staff, which is why Restoplus has been developed on a model of charging businesses a flat monthly fee. But as Azil points out, there are even more important benefits of their app than just the low cost.
Obviously, I'm not against Menulog or Uber Eats because they're a marketplace. In this day and age, if you want to be noticed by people, you got to be on this marketplace. But if you don't balance your direct orders versus your third-party orders, I think that's where the lot of mess-ups can happen. Because if you then completely relied on these services, one, obviously the commissions aren't going any down. If anything, they're gonna go north. Number two, your customers are not your customers. That is very key. Like, if many restaurant owners have told me that, like, they've placed an order with another restaurant using Menulog, and the next week they get an email saying, would you fancy a change? Would you like to order with these other restaurants? Because some of the other restaurants, some startups maybe, they are happy to pay more commission to Menulog. So basically, one store's customer being taken from them and sold happily to another store, and it's actually very unfair if you think about it.
Early in the development of his business, Azil's advisor at Adelaide Business Hub recommended he invest time in some workshops being run in the Digital Solutions SA program. He says that advice has been priceless.
Well, we were talking about it, and that's when she brought this topic and she said, look, have you considered IP? I'm like, not really. And she goes, what? This is crazy. Don't you need to? And that's when I took a minute and said, absolutely. What I'm creating is an intellectual property. And we are operating in a $1 trillion industry with a real genuine mark for ourselves. Restoplus is bringing up a product that it's not available in the market. So it's definitely something that I need to consider. And I said to Tanya, you just brought a golden topic for me, but I don't know what I have to do. And she said, look, this is exactly what you're doing. Go attend this workshop. And I booked it straight away. And I actually said my tech founder Nish, because he's also a very good thought leader, so I'm like, Nish, I want you to be part of this as well. We both went in there. We obviously did a bit of a reading, because a lot of things that we do a lot of Googling and whatnot. So we read a lot about IP before we even went there, because that's the style these days, isn't it? Everything you just Google it. Even if you have a headache, you just Google it. Anyway, we did that. But then when we went to the actual seminar and when the guy spoke about the range of things and his experience, we just felt like, look, what we got out of Google is just the definition of intellectual property, regardless of how many hours I spent. But what we got out of that, the webinar, the workshop was amazing. And in particular, we also had a chat opportunity to chat with the person the mentor in person. And I told him, this is a situation, could you help us out? And he detailed a bit more plan for us. And yeah, that's when we in fact started thinking about IP. So yeah, I think I personally am guilty of not making time for some of these workshops, to be honest with you. But then obviously once I've started seeing some of them, I felt like, look, not everything you can consume out of Google. I think that was the biggest lesson for me. Even if right now, if you open up Adelaide Business Hub website, and if I look at everything, I'd be like, yep, I want that, I want that, I want that. Of course, I understand the timing, that is very critical. But I'd say, look, it's more important than you realize about it. That's the reality. So you might think that, following up on your day-to-day activities or looking at your email and answering phone calls is important, but these are even more important. It's just that you don't realize now. So it's in the longer vision. So it's about how big your vision is, and I think these things are very essential that you need to attend to.